Everybody, Jake and Gino coming at you with another Financial Freedom Friday. And Gino's looking good in that purple over there. How you doing, big dog?
You like that? You like the banner back? Creative Cash is launching, everybody.
Yeah.
CreativeApartmentDeals.com. Go check it out. What I want to say, there's a couple things that I'm really excited about today. We're going to talk about the 4 phases of financial freedom. But if you didn't see last week's video was all about decision making. Really important for all you young guys out there and gals, ladies, and you need to figure out how to make decisions. And that we talk about the framework on how to make decisions. Now, if you like our channel, click on that link down below, get the like button, subscribe. Any comments down below? If you have any comments or questions, let me know, let Jake know. We love to respond back. But these 4 phases of financial freedom for me is crucial because when I was working W-2, had my restaurant, grinding it out, I didn't start my journey into financial freedom until I hit phase 1. Phase 1 was decide, the epiphany. I had enough of snow shoveling. I had enough of working every week and making some money every week and doing the repetitive thing. When I decided I want financial freedom, that's when everything changed for me. Game over. I call it to become responsible, the ability to respond. What did that look like for me? Man, starting to get educated, starting to learn about money. That's why I created the Youth Academy. It's my passion. I want to teach young people about money. People with financial intelligence can change the world for the better. So for me, financial freedom was just getting to that point where I could become financially free. I didn't have to worry about paying the bills. I had enough passive income coming in. But that first step is to decide, everybody.
Hey, so here's the thing I want you to ask yourself. Really look in the mirror right now and ask yourself, have you truly committed to a path of financial freedom? And then look at the people around you.
Right.
Literally, like this is why it may seem woo or in the clouds, but how many people do you actually know that have committed and dedicated themselves to creating financial freedom? I don't, besides the people that are in my group, such as Gino, my business partners, besides those people that I'm involved with there, I don't know any. I don't know. Like my wife is not committed to, creating financial freedom for herself, but that's okay because I have, and that's my component. And that's what I bring to the table. She's a great wife, but I know she hasn't committed to creating financial freedom. I know most of my family has not committed to creating financial freedom. They have jobs and they're able to take care of themselves, but this is rare. So really, like, this is not something to gloss over and say, okay, you guys are talking about this. Have you actually committed yourself to creating financial freedom, or is it just something that you want? That's the time that you hit the inflection point and it clicks and things change because now you're actually going after it.
And there's a couple steps that you need to do in this phase 1. Number 1, create an emergency fund. Put $1,000 on the side. If something breaks, flat tire, you need to change your transmission, you have the money saved up. It's not going to stress you out. Number 2, even bigger goal, put 3 to 6 months of savings on the side. So if a pandemic does decide to hit, you know what? You have money set aside. That's really, really important. Number 3, create a financial freedom account where you're starting to generate income. Put 10% of your hard-earned money. Try with 10%. If you can't try with 10%, try with 1 or 2 or 3%. Really important. Start funding your financial freedom account. That's where you're going to pull the money out and start investing it. That's only for investments. Number 4, really important, create a budget. Start taking control of your financial future. Know where your income is coming from. Know where your expenses are going to. I will guarantee you, if you create a budget for your life, you will recapture 10 to 20% of your income. You will know where it's going. If you want to go to Amazon, great, but do you know where your money's going? Do you know if it's going to Starbucks? Jake would like to say the SATs, Starbucks, Amazon, Target. Where's that money going to? Divert it to wherever you want it to go to. Really important. And last, Jake, this is where in this phase, you buy your first investment or you invest in your first deal. And I remember that first deal that I had, it was really empowering to me because I finally said to myself, my money is starting to work hard for me. That's what happens all in this phase 1.
We like to buy physical, real assets. Okay. And the key here is that it's delayed gratification. It's not sexy and it's the long game, but that means putting money aside, saving money. And then when you own the asset, we have something that we call our CapEx accounts. We own apartment buildings. On the side, we actually carry quite a bit of money every month in our bank accounts. So if the roofs go, if something happens and there's a COVID emergency, we're not killing the golden goose. Okay. Financial freedom makes you a responsibility junkie if you're going to operate in this space for a long time. I'm going to say that again. To truly have long-term financial freedom, the key is being a responsibility junkie. It's setting money aside for a rainy day. It's saving your money and not going buying the Ferrari early on.
Hmm.
It's time consuming. It's taking the long view in life. But if you want a life of abundance and you want a life of certainty where you know that the money is going to be there for you and your family and you can do what you want, you have to have the discipline and the responsibility to get there.
Yes. Phase two, all of a sudden, your passive income is greater than your expenses. That day for
Yeah.
me was March of 2016. I said bye-bye to the restaurant, went into real estate full time. Now, was I rich? No, but I had choices, I had decisions, and the quality of your life is fully impacted by the quality of your decisions, right? The more decisions I had, the better quality of life. I decided that I wanted to leave the restaurant, and I could because I became quote unquote financially free. I'm not rich, I'm not rolling the dough, but I have just enough money coming in passively where it exceeds my expenses. This is an exciting time for one reason and one reason only for me. I adopted and I started adopting the abundance mindset. I'm not just chasing money for the sake of money. I'm having a shift. I'm chasing value now. I'm chasing opportunity. That's what I'm chasing in this. And it was so exciting to me because I remember I was just speaking to Jake about this 10 minutes ago. That's when we created Jake and Gino and I started taking it off. And I didn't make money in that venture for years, but I wasn't looking about making money. I was looking about creating a business and creating legacy and creating equity with that company and creating my passion with it. So in this phase two, that's when it started clicking for me. I started saying to myself, I'm going towards my sole purpose.
It all just comes back to the long view, Gino, and to your point,
Mm-hmm.
because in all those early years, it took us years before we started making money in real estate. It
Yep.
took us years in most of the businesses that we've created before they were actually positive. And that's the thing. Most people are not willing to put in that hard 3 to 5 years where they're basically swallowing shit. They're not making the money to get to really the end of the rainbow with a pot of
Yep.
gold. That's the difference. I think that is the biggest difference from those who want to succeed in business and entrepreneurship to those that end up just being a W 2.
Number three, phase three. This is the phase where you're making significant amounts of money. As Jake likes to say, it's the snowball effect. Things start snowballing for you. You can go out, you can stroke a check for $100,000 for a car. Still hurts, but it's doable. You're not really thinking about money anymore. You're thinking about value. Is that car worth $100,000? If it is, I'll write the check. If not, we're still, as Jake likes to say, cheap. We're not going to spend $20,000 in a car if it's not worth it. But if the car is worth $100,000, we'll spend it. We're looking more at value, and we're not counting our pennies in this. And we're looking also to continue that long-term view, to continue to reinvest in the business and reinvest the profits and continue to grow in this phase. It's an exciting phase. Right now, this is where Jake and I are right now. We're really continuing to grow, and we're seeing the snowball effects, operating different businesses, networking with different opportunities, and it's a lot of fun. We don't have the 5-day Monday through Friday. That is a human construct. When Monday comes, it's as if it's Saturday, Sunday. It's the same thing for me. I love every day in this phase.
And here's the other thing that's really cool is that new and different opportunities start to arise when you're in this mode. New business investments, new opportunities will come your way. We keep it all around multifamily, but it's exciting because we have a mortgage brokerage, we have a property management company, we have the education company, we have the investment arm. We just keep creating these additional streams of revenue around the model and the vehicle that we understand very well.
Phase four. This is where you can buy the jet, you can buy the yacht. You don't really care about money anymore. You're the Elon Musk. Money is no object. Now, what I need to say about all these four phases, where do you want to decide to land? You can be level phase three, where I am at right now. I am very comfortable. I don't need to get to phase four. If I do, great. But set the goal for yourself. Focus on where you want to land. And as you're going through the phases, you may change. I was comfortable with phase two a few years ago. Then all of a sudden, my mind shifted. Like Jake said, I had proximity towards some amazing people. My goals shifted and I saw the abundance. So when you're going through these four phases, just think of yourself, have the clarity, right? Because we don't lack motivation, everybody. We lack the clarity. These four phases are going to give you clarity on where you want to end up in life. And if you plan, you will get there.
The funny thing is too is like when you're operating in these higher levels, when I first got into phase 3, I went out and I bought a Range Rover, and I was like, oh yeah, I got the Range Rover, and it was like
Hmm.
really rewarding to me. And then I owned it for a little bit, and ultimately, I think we talked about this last week. I sold it, and now I have a 2009 Dodge Ram pickup truck. And everyone's like, well, what the, yes, I like the nice things, but sometimes you just don't, it's not important to you anymore. And I have utility and value in the truck because, I'm a little bit of a hillbilly, and, I use the truck, do different landscaping projects and whatnot. And the Range Rover is no longer like an identity thing. It was no longer, I was proving to the world,
Yes.
look, I drive a Range Rover, and this, that, and the other thing. So, and that's fine. And that doesn't have to be where you land. It's just, you change and evolve and adapt. And right now I'm very comfortable driving a 2009 pickup truck, and being
I've
okay
been
with
in it.
that.
I like
you
it.
know
I like it.
I'm good with it. Like,
I
it's
am
just,
too.
if I feel the need to go out and get something else in the future, well, I have the ability to do that, but I find more value in the pickup truck right now. So
Jake, I want to end this by saying, to me, an entrepreneur embodies the fifth and sixth human need. We embody growth and we embody contribution. And
yes.
going through these phases, as you go down from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 to phase 4, we have different inflection points in our life. Where do you want to be? You want to continue to grow and to contribute to others, to give to charities, to give your time, right? To give back to others. That's what an entrepreneur ultimately wants to do with their lives. And that's why these 4 phases, learn these 4 phases, know where you are, and choose where you want to be. Down below, leave us any comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the Jake and Gino channel. Mr. Stenziano, next week, we got to talk about skills to learn. We got skills to teach our kids. So tune in for next week. Till next time, Jake, let's go out there. Let's make it happen, brother.
Thanks, Gino.